Today, we're going to talk about giving too much in a relationship. It's important to show love and support. But what happens when it becomes really overwhelming in a relationship? Let's talk about that. So, what are the signs that you might be giving too much in a relationship? Are you constantly putting your partner's needs above your own? Do you do everything they ask and don't even think twice about yourself? Do you feel emotionally drained in trying to please your partner? Recognizing these signs is the first step in addressing the issue. I'm Simone with Access My Life. Access My Life means you're strong, you're independent, you're a go-getter, you know your worth, so anyone can access your life. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you like one of these shirts to show the world that you're an open book, check the description box. Okay, now let's get back to the video. Giving is wonderful, but when it's one-sided, it can have some severe consequences. How does it look if you're attending to your partner's every need, treating them like kings and queens, and when it's your turn, nothing, as if you're not deserving of the same treatment? Putting your partner's needs above your own is gonna lead to burnout. Okay, you're gonna find yourself running around, doing this, doing that, and you leave no time for yourself. This can lead to resentment towards your partner because you will feel as if you're doing so much for them, but they don't acknowledge you or even the things that you do. And lastly, and very important, this could lead to a loss of identity, where you are no longer yourself. And all of a sudden, your partner's interests become your interests. Everything about them becomes all about you. You get lost in the sauce. So finding the right balance is crucial in a relationship. A relationship cannot be one-sided because it's made up of two people. Therefore, it needs both parties to do their portion of the work to make the relationship work. All the burden and obligation cannot be left on just one person, because pretty soon the relationship is going to start feeling like work instead of a beautiful thing that two people who love and care about each other share. So if you find yourself in a relationship where you're overworking yourself, and then you're wondering what is your partner's contribution to the relationship, then that means you need to have a talk with your partner. Let them know how you feel. Let them know what changes you would like them to make so that all this can be addressed. So you can feel as if you're an important part of the relationship, not just a worker, the help. And if your partner loves and cares about you, they're going to listen and they're going to make that adjustment. Listen, if it affects you, then you have to start the conversation. You have to let your partner know that something is wrong, something feels one-sided. A lot of times they don't even know. They just take it for granted that, hey, my spouse is there for me. My partner is there for me, not realizing that you're feeling overwhelmed and that they need to contribute more. I know that it's a lot easier to just let things slide rather than having that conversation with your partner. But if you don't have that talk with your partner, you're not going to get the change that you're looking for. You're going to be stuck in the same situation. So have that talk. Communication is key. I'm going to tell you a story about a woman who was married for about a year. Before she got married, her husband knew she didn't like to cook. So he did his part and he helped out in the kitchen. That's fair. But after after they got married, now he wants his wife to cook him breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day because she is now the wife. So right away, he jumped into the gender role where the woman's place is in the house and the man's place is to go out and work. In any event, the woman took on the responsibility of cooking as her husband wishes, just so she could have a peaceful life. But every time she goes into the kitchen, she sighs because it's not her thing. Additionally, when she starts cooking, the job now comes with washing up the dishes, and then it becomes a chore where she finds herself in the kitchen all day long. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. So she grew tired of the kitchen and started feeling like a slave to her husband because he knew she didn't like cooking, but now he forces it upon her because she now has the title of being his wife. To make a long story short, he came home from work one day and she wasn't there. He called her multiple times and finally she picked up the phone and told him, look, it's over. She couldn't handle it anymore. She couldn't take it. It was too much. It didn't matter how much he begged and pleaded and told her that he would change, that she didn't have to cook anymore. She never went back to him. You see, sometimes it's not just the big things that end a relationship, like cheating or hurting someone, abuse. Sometimes it's the little things because you're going through it on a daily basis. And if it bothers you, it's a problem. So what went wrong in that relationship? The problem is that she never sat down and had the conversation with her partner. She never told him how she was feeling, how in the beginning he knew she didn't like cooking, but all of a sudden, because they got married, now he expects her to change and to love cooking. It doesn't work like that. Marriage does not change things between people, guys. It's the same two people coming together, trying to merge their lives into one. So if someone didn't like something before they got married, why all of a sudden being married is going to change that? People don't change like that. People can try to adapt and try to do better and do things to please their partner, but to change like that? It doesn't happen. The husband did not realize how much pressure he was putting on her by asking her to cook for him. In his head, it's a simple task, and his wife should be doing it anyway, right? In her head, it's work. It's a chore. It's something she does not want to do. She is willing to help in the kitchen, just like what they were doing before they got married. She does her bit, he does his bit, but all of a sudden it's all her bit to do. So, what's the moral of the story? You have to communicate. Maybe if she had the conversation with her partner, they would still be married even today. But she avoided having the talk, and all that did was just keep putting distance between them until one day she had enough and she just quit on the relationship instead of trying to work it out, instead of talking about it. So talk with your partner about the things that affect you, the things that affect your relationship, so that you can have a long one. Remember, a healthy relationship is a two-way street. It's okay to give, but it's equally important to receive and to take care of yourself. Self-care, guys, self-love. Mentally, it affected her. Emotionally, it affected her because that created distance. Physically, it affected her because she was overwhelmed. She was being stressed out every day in that kitchen. So, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.